Right, it is 9 minutes past 9, and the rush door has rotated. Are we going to be depressed, or are we going to be happy? The answer is... So. Purgatory at the moment. I guess we can't feel upset, we can't feel bad. Go. Where's the clothing and the armour? So yeah, you know, then depression. Yep. Cool. Lovely. Cool. Alright, and we're back. So what's it been, an hour? Yep, I had my head down on the microphone all of that time. I was so ecstatic with the brand new skins that we got. So first of all, let's just jump in and find out which of these skins are and are not abnormal. So let's proceed with that, and we can sit here and say the Furnace is abnormal, the Python is abnormal, the garage door is abnormal, but the sheet metal door is not abnormal, the tools are not abnormal, the MP5 is not abnormal, and the AK47 isn't abnormal. So we have just 1, 2, 3 abnormals to chase after, 4 next week. Okay, it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, we don't even have any clothing and armour. Not even a little bit of a cloth, nothing. So I will sit here and say, I'm under the impression this might be the placeholder for the last rust door of the month, because it is expected that the next 2 rust doors are going to be Easter. So the 21st and the 28th will be Easter, but because we wouldn't have a rust door at the end of the month because the 28th is there with Easter, I'm under the assumption that this was going to be, or is the placeholder of, the last rust door of the month. So if you haven't noticed, some people that don't get many acceptances got their acceptances today, so fair enough to them. But with this rust door rotation taking place, we of course have the regular skins from the previous week becoming marketable. And I can sit here and say, Legacy Kevlar gloves and boots, well, they are looking pretty sweet. So if we quickly go over to here and see the final results for the total sales, yes, they did do about 27,000 sales each, bare minimum. Chances are there's even more of them out there in the world, you know, because private accounts exist. They probably had quite a lot of purchases in private accounts, so SCMM.app cannot track every single account. So from what we can see here with the boots and gloves, it was actually totally fine. Based on, you know, comparing to the rest of the set in terms of the Legacy Kevlar set, these are actually okay. They only did a few thousand sales more than the tier 2 pieces here. So I get the feeling these are actually going to do quite alright. And I did talk about that last night. So as I hop over to here, as I go ahead and take a look at this with my abnormal video that I put out last night, or rather today, when we did the stream, we discussed all the skins, we looked at them, and I actually went ahead and said, you know what, those gloves actually look pretty okay to jump in and buy. And, well, if I were to quickly go over to here and take a look at my inventory, I can confirm that I did go ahead and buy 50 Legacy Kevlar road sign gloves. They honestly did look like they were a perfectly reasonable purchase. And judging by the barders that we have right here, right now, as we quickly hop over to here, yeah, we got barders at, like, we got 50 above $1. Yeah, so lots of barders were put down the very second that rust door rotated, and they've already gone above $1, and it's looking pretty strong, and I don't think this is going below $1 anytime soon. This is looking to be an okay skin. Like, I don't expect it to go down that much. I feel like it's going to retain fairly easily, and it looks like it might slightly stay above its rust door price. So, if anything, it was probably a perfectly fine thing to consider buying, which is why I actually jumped in. And, you know, in comparison with the boots, I wasn't so confident with the boots, but even then the boots actually turned out to be exactly the same. So maybe this is all, you know, maybe this is a group trying to make these seem to be more valuable than what they are. But hey, it is what it is. It is a bit weird though that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big fat buy orders placed in this position, but hey, it is what it is. Legacy Kevlar, I assume, is fairly in demand, and I guess people wanted to show it. So, for what it is, they turned out to be okay for now. What are these going to look like about 2 weeks later? We're going to have to keep an eye on that. And how many of these are going to end up on the Steam market? Because, of course, if I type in Legacy Kevlar right now, it's quite common to see Legacy Kevlar skins with well over 100 quantity on the Steam market, well over 100 listings, I should say. So, we'll find out later on. Now, Skullforce bandana, I talked about this last night. I wasn't very confident in it. It has sold quite a lot, and that left me thinking, oh, that might turn out to be a bit of a problem. Now, I do know, down the line, there's a fairly decent chance we will be seeing some more primitive skins being produced, and with the Rust rotations today, we just saw another Skullforce skin being accepted. So, that's got momentum behind it. That could definitely benefit this in the future, but for now, isolated by itself, that doesn't look like it's going to retain its value. That's looking like it's going to have problems, and we already have one of these listings below its Rust price. Not good. So, hey, it is what it is, but if we do see more primitive skins being produced for Skullforce and accepted, yes, you will see a spike in demand, spike in price. We've seen that previously with other primitive skins. Now, this is the weird one, the silly one, the strange one. What's this all about? Wait, hang on a minute. Why do we have listings above $40? Why is there an $8 buy order? Something weird's going on here with the Imperial Thompson. So this is going to have a little bit more talk behind it. So if you haven't noticed, this didn't sell crazily. It did about 12,000 sales. It is what it is. But when this became marketable, someone jumped in and put down an $8 buy order just like that. 100 quantity, he's already bought 6, and I found the account. So this account jumped in, and he did just that. And I don't know why, but it's not the first time he's done this, because he actually did this with the poncho last night as well. Skullforce poncho, to be precise. He put down an $8 buy order for these. Then after a while, he removed it, and then put down a $3 buy order instead, and that's still around, and we'll see that in a second. But yeah, how very weird. Why? Why? I don't know. This is really weird to me, and I don't have a good enough explanation. I was discussing this with my chat. I was trying to figure out what, possibly could be the reason behind this. We're under the assumption that maybe with a skin that's only just become marketable, even like when they've just become marketable, you could potentially still trick third-party sites. And, if you bought a whole bunch of them, the very second they appeared, and then you try and trade them as soon as you can to the third-party sites where they assume that they're these prices, maybe you could actually make some pretty decent profit somehow, some way. That's the best thing that we could think of. If you have a good answer for it, feel free to comment below. But with what we have here, that is a bit surprising. And if you bought an Imperial Thompson last week, congratulations on the profits, because this guy's just giving away money, it seems. Cool. Very weird, very strange. That's a first for me. I've never seen anything like that before. But like I said, he did it with 2 skins, and we're about to show you the abnormals now. So, yeah, Imperial Thompson, if that holds up like that, good for you. Right, let's go ahead and look at the abnormals. So, of course, last night we had the likes of the Blocky Rig garage door. Blocky Rig, that did about 30,000 sales, so congratulations to Keka. And we are aware that there's a very decent chance we will be seeing a deplorable collection being made out of this. Yes, there's going to be more Blocky deplorables. What's next? We don't fully know just yet. And, of course, we have Easter in the way, so we're going to have to wait a while. We'll see what happens. But the fact that we just got another cool looking garage door being accepted today leaves me a bit worried in regards to this. Now, this sold for $2.49. It has buy orders only going up to about $1.80. I am worried for this now. I'm very sorry to say that, but it sold quite a lot. I think there was genuine demand for it and whatnot, but I think we're going to see far too many of these appearing on the Steam market. And of course, like I said, the fact that we just literally got another brand new, somewhat cool looking garage door, yeah, that might cause some problems. So it is what it is. Bad timing, it seems, but regardless, it sold well. Keka obviously made his bag, and he's very motivated to go ahead and produce more for this proposed potential deplorable collection. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye on the workshop. Right then, so let's now move over to here, the likes of the poncho, and yep, there you can see it, the $3 buy order. So yep, Mr. 5ST has his buy order here as well, but he did have it at $8 last night, and I do believe we can see that right there. Yep. He bought a few at a high price. He did buy some. I don't know why it's not showing. I guess it can't show it, or it just averages it out, whatever. But yeah. So that's happening. If that stays there for a reasonable amount of time, I think that'll do a decent job in keeping its value. But again, same thing with like the bandana, with the likes of the bandana. If we do see more primitive skins being accepted, we can expect a nice spike in demand, spike in price. So yeah. Looking at this, we've got the likes of the Kokloma small box here. And yeah, I've tried my best to figure out, like, is this actually genuinely in demand and whatnot? You see the state of the, like most of the small boxes that we've had over the past year or so, and it doesn't look very good. Does not look very good. So, by default, I looked at that last night and I said, I don't think I'm going to go super crazy in the likes of that. So, with the state of that currently at the moment, yeah, it's fine. It's a $1.49 skin, and it looks like it's doing reasonably okay at the moment. Will it last? We shall see. But we need to remind ourselves, based on what we saw with the likes of the large box, that just randomly had a big fat buyout, and then suddenly it sells above its rust or price. That did slowly go down in price, though. It's got some very weird sales, and I must show it to you real quickly. What I'm saying is don't assume the exact same thing will happen to the small box. Out, and that person's listing a lot of them. Right, so get a good look at that. Yep, get a good look at that. It goes up a fair bit, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, up. So it's starting to go down now. It's trending downwards. So I don't assume that'll be doing super great in the future. But then again, we shall see. And again, same thing applies to the likes of the small box. So, awkward. And then, of course, we also have the AK47. We just had another AK47 being accepted. We've had 6 weeks of constant AK47s, and I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we get an Easter AK47 next week. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. So, yeah, that's done it no favours. This sold for $3. Highest bid only went up to $1. Yeah, that's not retaining its value. That's going down. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so with that was the skins from the past week. Get one good extra look at them for now, because we will be proceeding to talk about the brand new skins. So yeah, 30,000 sales almost, 27,000 sales each around here, just over 21,000 bare minimum sales here, just under 16,000 bare minimum sales, almost 13,000 bare minimum sales, just over 12,000 bare minimum sales, and just about 12,000 bare minimum sales. It is what it is. So better than the previous week, but we'll see how these hold from here and now. And now we'll move on to the likes of the March 14, 2024 Rust Store. Okay. So I might have had a bit of a funny reaction when I first looked at these skins, but the trend did continue. Yeah, the Rust Store just before a holiday Rust Store. Well, late pick, extra late pick, 2 months. So this was in the Rust workshop for 10 weeks. So late pick, extra late pick, late pick, late pick. Yeah, we got quite a decent amount of late picks, and then all of these were, typical. So they were in the recent TGG's top picks list. So, yeah, we didn't get clothing and armour at all. And that really hurts. Do you want to have a little bit of extra cope? Let's jump in. If we're going to have 2 weeks of Easter, and I am under the impression that will be happening, so I will repeat this one more time. The 21st and the 28th are expected, as of now, to be 2 weeks of Easter. There's no guarantees, but I am at least sure that it's going to be next week we'll have Easter. Just don't know what's going to be for the 28th. Could we potentially see flashbacks and Thunder Gold for April 4th swipe? Well, if you're a coper like me, yeah. We'll see. Who knows? I don't want to say it. What if we have a normal Rust Store next week? Don't be ridiculous. I want to be. Look at me. Actually, I don't have the Teletubby suit on this week, but I'm still ridiculous by default. Yes. All right. So, anyway. We'll find out. We'll find out. If they do that, they're just playing with our emotions. Playing with our very soft emotions. Anyway, so I will sit here and say this at the very least. I guess potentially over the course of the next 3 Rust stores, including this one, maybe we don't end up spending that much money. Alright, maybe that's not too bad of a thing, I guess. But at the very least, if you do happen to like any of these skins, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support these skin creators. And I will sit here and say, the people that made these skins this week, they don't get that many acceptances, except Milho Frito, who does get quite a lot. So yeah, Hessiam only recently got his first ever skin accepted. Kazaru, same sort of situation. We got Mr. Mad Polly. He doesn't get a ton every now and then, but, he gets a reasonable amount. Sean Mick only recently started getting a few. This is what leads me to believe that I think this was the placeholder Suedo last Rust Store of the month. But, of course, the last Rust Store of the month technically could potentially be an Easter Rust Store. Maybe. We are not 100% sure yet. We'll find out, 2 weeks' time, I guess. So, yeah. Shall we actually go in now and take a look at these skins and try and see if any of these could potentially make a nice profit for us? You sure? You sure? This might be a hard one. Look, let's try our best. Let's try our best. Okay, recently we just had a very cool looking MP5, and that was the Apocalypse Nomad MP5. It had a very useful aim sight. It's down by 20% already. Yeah. We got the Oil Spill MP5 here now, and well, you know, it's got a cool looking pattern. I do know Mr. Sadis did intend to make a collection out of this, which you can see right here. Get a good look at that, so you can see the inspiration. And yeah, he was intending to make a full set of these. I can't sit here and say with much assurance that the MP5 is going to do all right. What makes you say that? Just a hunch, I guess you could say. I don't think the MP5 is doing super great in terms of its skins. And like I said, we literally just had a pretty cool looking MP5 not too long ago with a very interesting aim sight, which was this one. Oh, no, go back. There we go. Right, so we just had this, and it sold reasonably well. It didn't sell insanely, but even it's still gone down in price. Cool. So I am not very optimistic with the likes of this Oil Spill MP5. Nice looking pattern, cool idea, but it's not abnormal either. That's another thing. Oof. Who knows? But yeah, this is going to just be a buy order. I don't know how low we might go, but yeah, I'm not very optimistic for it. So I guess I'll move on. Blackberry Furnace. This is abnormal. We can use that to our advantage. But how are the furnaces from the past year currently faring? Now, the recent, what was it? That's it, Polished Obsidian. That's actually been doing quite all right. But I'm also under the impression that it's simply because everyone who owned one didn't list theirs below a certain threshold. And it is a bit strange. Look at all of this. They're all like very jam-packed next to each other at around just slightly above $2. So, yeah, no one listed theirs below $2 at all. And you might sit there and say, wouldn't that just be like demand? No, it's more of a case of no one listed theirs below $2. These buy orders have now sprung up because of that, because some people actually genuinely wanted it seems. So they got a little desperate, it seems. When I actually look at the sales, well, it looks like quite a decent amount of them have sold at and slightly below $2. So, it is what it is. I guess people did appreciate the likes of this furnace. I was very unsure about it, but that did okay. Now, when we look at the other furnaces here, they're not doing super great, are they? No. Down 74%, down 67%. But let's actually get a good look at the likes of this Blackberry Furnace. So it's all bright and purple. At night time, when you turn it on, it really stands out quite nicely. But is this something you desperately need, desperately want? Well, I can sit here and say this isn't the first time we've had some sort of fruit or vegetable as a furnace. So let's go look in the past and remind ourselves of... Pineapple! Oh, down 56%. Huh. Zucchini! Oh, it's down to 51 cents. Huh. What about the strawberry? Strawberry! Where's the strawberry? Yeah! Oh, no, it's down 39%. Ice cream! Oh, it's down. So, yeah. Food does not fare well as a furnace. Mr. Gingerbread, down 65. Chocolate Bunny, down 34. Oh. So, looking at the state of this, I'm immediately having doubts. I am so unsure with furnaces. Like, again, I am genuinely surprised to see that's doing okay. Alright? Genuinely surprised. All of these other furnaces from the past year or so, not surprised to see Abyss is doing alright. Still very upset that Spider Cocoon, I get the feeling maybe it just sold far too much. But then again, we also had the likes of Neon Vibes, stood out very nicely, very unique, very bright. Yeah, all of these other furnaces, And this one right here, well, it's all bright and purple with a nice purple interior. Pink interior, purple. Alright, I'm going to have to think on that a little bit more. So, there was a bit of a trend that I was pointing out to people, especially with the likes of Neon Vibes. So, as long as the furnace has a different coloured interior, it's expected that it could do a fair bit better. Just remember, it doesn't, like, emit a pink or purple colour for the lighting. It's always yellow. But it's the interior. Okay. I'm curious about that. I'm curious. But I'm also very wary. I don't like furnaces. No, maybe it won't sell that much. I get the feeling these skins are not going to sell that much this week. So maybe we'll just wait it out. We'll look at it on Wednesday, then we'll make a consideration. Sounds good? So, alright, we'll leave it at that. Clan-based garage door. Now, Mr. Kazaru, well, I clicked the wrong thing there. Mr. Kazaru has only recently started getting skins accepted, so props to him. And he kind of went out there with an interesting style of, well, here you go, look at that. Very cool looking design. You can see it during the day here as well. So the clan-based garage door, well, it's fine. I can't hate on that. Bad timing for it though. We literally just had the blocky garage door. Blocky garage door just did 30,000 sales. This right here very likely won't be selling that much, probably mostly due to that. Also, this is slightly more expensive at $3 compared to the blocky Lego rig door that was $2.49. However, that very likely could benefit this, especially for us investors. This might not sell that much. And if that's the case, this actually could potentially at some point down the road in the future could turn around and become quite valuable. Maybe, possibly. But we need to wait and see how many sales happen. Now, if it does at least 15,000 sales, then yeah, okay, maybe that's not going to really work. But we've just got to keep an eye on the sales, don't we? That is the best thing that I can say in regards to that. It is a nice looking garage door, but like I said, literally just had a garage door right here. That was very in demand, sold very nicely, and then literally next week Facepunch accepts this. Yeah, bad timing. Very bad timing. Yeah, I'm sure you can understand when I sit there and say if it sells hardly anything, yes, we can see some nice things potentially working out for that in the future, but we're going to have to wait until the future. We're going to have to wait until, well, Wednesday. That's the best thing I can say, all right? So I am interested, but I want to see how many people actually buy this. So blocky rig is a blast from the past. Yeah, but this is a cool looking aesthetic and style. I can see people appreciating that. I can see people liking it. It's a cool looking design. I don't think many other people have done anything like this. Well, at the very least, congratulations to you, Mr. Kazaru. So, yeah, I think we're just going to have to wait. And I know, I say that all the time, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to with that, alright? Moving on. Chameleon Python. I did point this out. First Python skin to be accepted this year, so congratulations, Milho Frito. Perfect timing. Yeah, so we're about, what, 10 weeks into this year? And we've only just got a Python. Fair enough. What about last year? How long did it take? Oh, it was the first Ruster. Maybe Pythons aren't going to be so popular from here and now. That would be interesting. But we do have quite a lot of them that exist, so don't assume any new ones are just going to immediately go up in price. And you never know, we might potentially see some suddenly getting tons of acceptances in the future. Maybe we'll get some Twitch drops, you know? Think about all the people who do Twitch drops. Like, we've already had tons of AKs, and we started getting a bunch of Thompsons. Maybe we're going to have to start seeing the likes of Pythons and Revolvers and Saps and whatnot. Keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. Plus, you know, we did get one last year, so... Alright. It is part of the Chameleon collection, which was very in demand last year, but so far this year it's on a bit. It's been on a bit of a decline. Oh look, Revolver's doing all right. Hey, but Sap down a fair bit. Custom SMG, not surprised by that one. Bolt action rifle, you sold so little. I'm not surprised to see you're still doing good. The LR300 is an LR300. The SAR is only down by 20%. Actually, if you go take a look at these, sorry about that. If you actually go ahead and take a look at this, it doesn't have that many listings. So if I, come on, work for me, please, thank you. 75 is below the average amount you tend to see for a Rust skin on the Steam market. Typically, they have about 100 quantity. So as I look at this, it's very thin. Wow, look at that. Could things turn around for it in the summertime when we get a lot more people playing and a lot more people wanting to buy skins? Keep an eye on this collection. So, isolated by itself, comparing it to other Pythons, I don't think we have anything as shiny as this. Not really. But when you look at all of these other Pythons, there's only a few that are doing good in terms of, you know, being in the positive. And the vast majority of them that aren't faring very well are the recent Pythons. So do you reckon this stands out very nicely? Do you reckon this could do okay in the future? Do you reckon this might not sell that much? Again, will this Rust store as a whole potentially just not get that many people wanting to jump in and buy some skins? Maybe people would know by now that we're having Easter next week and they want to save their money for next week. It very likely could be a Rust store from like 2 weeks ago. The last Rust store of February, where we see hardly any sales for the skins. And some of them do turn around and become pretty interesting investment potential skins by the end of the week, or rather the 7-day wait. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, alright? I'm going to see how many sell. This is abnormal. We can use that to our advantage, and that price probably will kind of stop a ton of sales happening. But I'm not exactly super 100% behind it. But I could still see it retain some decent value. So, alright. You're surprised how poorly the Chameleon collection is doing. Well, it's the only holographic set in the game. I know. Mate, we've had the likes of pay-to-win doors, such as, what's it called? Brutalist, go in the negative. You can see through them. Things have changed, buddy. Things have changed, and it's not looking pretty anymore. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, yeah, let's move on then. Skullforce AK47. For the past 6 weeks, we've had an AK47 being accepted, with quite a lot of them being fairly pricey, at about $3.49. So, this one, then this one, this one, then this one, then this one, and now this one. What do you reckon's going to happen to this one? Chat, any guesses? What do you reckon's going to happen to the Skullforce AR after about a week? Well, it's going to probably end up quite literally like the prototype AK-47 and the Serpent AK-47 and the Inflatable AK-47. I don't think it's going to end up like the Thunder Gold AK-47 because that's still doing pretty much okay. Yeah, that's going to go down to 60 to 80 cents. Yes, I know, we do have some other Skullforce skins and potentially we might get some pretty skins and whatnot, but I don't think that's going anywhere positive, I'm afraid. I'm sorry to say. Far too many AKs in such a short amount of time. Yeah, and overall, I mean, we are definitely on course, right? We are definitely on course to potentially beating last year's amount of AKs. So what, we're 10 weeks in, we're 10 AKs, I scroll down, what do I see? Well, last year we got 44 in total. We're doing pretty good so far. 10 weeks, 10 AKs, we can't stop, we just keep adding more. So, hey, we'll find out, won't we, as time goes on. But yeah, personally, I'm just going to sit there and say 60 cents to 80 cents immediately. Facet, Sheet Metal. Wasn't that supposed to be Facetti? Facetti? No! No! Facetti! Alright, anyway. So, yeah. It's a sheet metal door with a style to it. Very nice. Very cool. Does not glow in the dark. Alright, cool. 50 cents. Right. Oh, no, I deleted the thing. I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, sorry to say, but that sheet metal door ain't going anywhere. If you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support the skin creator. Keep them motivated to keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future. But that right there? No. Sheet metal doors in total. How are they currently performing? All the ones that came out this year. Cool, that's awesome. I love to see sites like that. Awesome, wonderful. Oh look, Inquisitor door. I think that's going to end up exactly like Inquisitor door. 55 cents, something like that. I'm sorry. I know I'm being very straightforward, but I just can't see that really working out all right. So, and then we've got the tools. We sure have got the tools, yeah. What was the most recent stone tools we had accepted? Oh, it's the first one. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Oh, we don't get many of them. Well, it's not like it's going to make that much of a difference. Yeah, stone tools are not looking very good at the moment. No. And then we look at the inflatable collection, and oh look, even with the regular tools, they're down to $1. Okay. Yeah, that's going to probably end up being a 60 cent to 80 cent barter as well. That was really quick. That was really quick. I tried my best to, figure out certain things that could work out quite alright. I mean, these three skins, they're a hard maybe. Hard maybe. But everything else, yeah, defeated. It is what it is. So, we didn't get what we wanted. Okay, yeah. Massive cope. What happens for April Force White? Massive, humongous, enormous cope. What do you reckon? Is just get the cope and just put it straight to my veins. Hey, you never know. You never know. Now I can point this out. I've seen something like this happen before. Oh, here he goes with another ramble. Yeah, shut up. Black Gold. So Black Gold came out, what, like 2 years ago? But the Tier 2 had a weird situation with it. Gentlemen, do you remember the situation with Black Gold Tier 2? Black Gold Tier 2 was accepted in the middle of October 2022. But when was it submitted? Well, if we go to the workshop, you'll see for yourself. This was submitted at the end of August. Black Gold waited in the workshop for 6 weeks, and then it was accepted. And that was a very in-demand set of skins that we desperately wanted, that we were craving, we desired, we needed, but it waited until that long, you know? So for you to sit there and say, oh, Hedge, let's just give up. I can't. I have to keep coping. But yeah, something like that has happened before. What I'm saying is the fact that we know we have potentially Easter for the next 2 weeks. Maybe. Hard maybe. I'm not giving up. I want to keep... Okay. No, realistically speaking, we should just accept that it's over. Until we see a version 2 and a version 3 for the likes of Thunder Gold and flashbacks. We also potentially might have a complete the sets down the line. So last year, May time, we got Most Wanted and complete the sets for 2023. Could we see that again? Well, in about 2 months' time? We'll see. We'll see. That's the best I can say, alright? That's the best I can say. And I acknowledge it's just a massive cope. Hold my hand and cope with me. Come on. I know you need the support as well. We'll hold our hands together. Oh, God. Alright, anyway, so. Commits. Haven't noticed anything super insane being mentioned recently. It does lean into the likelihood that maybe Harbour should be readily prepared and set up for the likes of April Force Wipe. That's cool. We do know that we're going to have the Easter event released next week, so that's cool. But in terms of, is anything else currently like massive or huge in terms of maybe some interesting new content readily available for April? Haven't seen anything super crazy. Just some fixes and some tweaks and whatnot. Maybe more will be revealed as we lead up to the beginning of April. We shall see. So, Easter skins. Did you watch my Rust Workshop skin checks video? Over to here. Yes. Choke that chicken. Look at that grip. Such firm grip. He's ecstatic, that little chicken right there. Ah! So, just to point out, I produced this video. I have not made a list of Easter skins. I did not want to clash with TGG's eventual list that will come out next week. But what I did do, for every single skin that I showcased in this video, I did add the Steam workshop link to them. So in order of appearance, you can go through all of that. They are actually all continuations of previous Easter skins. And yeah, so feel free to go ahead and watch that. But at the very least, I can give you a nice little sneak peek of all the skins. If we go over to here. Here we are, and I will sit here and say, tons of deplorables. You are very likely going to be seeing clothing and armour next week, because there's like 10 different things submitted. And yeah, breathe that all in, and then we'll move over to here. In total, I believe there's going to be about 150 skins in total. And yeah, lots of chocolate, lots of bunnies, lots of carrots, lots of eggs, lots of chickens. You get the idea. It's the usual themes of what we see of the likes of Easter. And yeah, as I said, with hardly any clothing and armour skins submitted, every single one of them has a very good chance of potentially being accepted. So, yeah, go take a look at the workshop. If you don't want to go look at the workshop, if you don't know a fast way of being able to see all of these skins, if you actually go to scmm.app, and if you go to the workshop right there, item workshop, you can actually see quite a lot of those skins just right there, like easy, straightforward, right there. So, yeah, awesome. Go get yourself, you know, nice and prepared for all the potential skins we might see. Whether it's just going to be 1 week next week or 2 weeks the following 2 weeks, we shall see. But yeah, that's it. That's everything. I know. I don't have much to say. Even I'm surprised. This is going to probably only be about 30 minutes long. I don't know what I'm going to do for the predictions video. Do I just sit there and say nothing and then like end it after 5 seconds? I don't know. I don't know. But there is one extra thing I should point out. We are still not yet seen the Copenhagen stickers come out. We know what they look like though, and they are borderless. So if we could quickly hop over to here, I can confirm the stickers are borderless. They've basically been data mined. They were apparently supposed to be released, but they had problems with people making autographs. But yeah, they are borderless, and this is going to be a problem for us because they are going to be in demand. People are going to be crazily opening capsules and needing money to buy capsules, and guess what? You're very likely going to see your Ruskins getting unloaded onto the Steam market so they can quickly get some funds. Yeah, they do look good as well. Oh no. It is what it is, I'm afraid. But yeah, you've been warned. You've been warned. So, Copenhagen will be kicking off on the 17th of March, and honestly, I'm here, like, readily prepared for the likelihood of, well, let me just show you the links, you know. You can see me rambling about the likes of Rust every week with Abnormals, buddy. This is a whole different situation here. I've got so much to chase after, but I live for it, so, yeah. I'm a madman. I'm a Steam madman. But I can't stop myself. I enjoy it too much. So, maybe next week will be interesting, but it is going to be Easter, and I am under the impression I'm probably not going to be spending that much money from here and now. Keep an eye out for all the potential Rust Workshop submissions that will probably be taking place this weekend. I think we might have a week off. I don't know. Again, we don't know. Maybe another batch of Easter skins will be submitted the following week. Maybe regular skins will be submitted the following week. We don't know, but we'll find out. So, go check. So that's it. Yay!